Still here. Just give me a second. Give me just a moment. Yeah, let me get the YouTube chat up over here, right? Because we are live. We are back over here. Let me get that set up. Okay, that's looking good. And now, something. Why is YouTube not loading my chat? Come on. Come on. There it is. There it is. Okay, fantastic. Guys, we're back. Just give me a minute. All right. Just setting up. I'm also kind of thirsty. I should have got water. Oh well. Okay. One more thing I need to do. There's one more thing I need to do. You know what? Let me grab the Patreon today. Let me grab the Patreon. Then we're good. Then we are good. All right. Okay. What's going on, everybody? Just setting up. Just setting up. And yeah, I don't need that right now. Awesome. Yep. To be fair, I was live on TikTok the entire week. I was not actually gone. I just wasn't on YouTube for a few days. Hear me out, bro. Sun and Moon. So I haven't gotten to Sun and Moon yet. I have not gotten to Sun and Moon yet. I did pick up Pokemon Fire Red that they just released on downloadable on download for the Switch. I did pick it up. I am playing it. Okay, I don't have TikTok. That's okay, Dio. That is okay. You don't need a TikTok. We have you right here. 6 because of Chespin. I mean, Chespin is actually my least favorite from that gen. Wait, do I like Chespin more than Fennekin? I think I still like Fennekin. Yeah, I think I still do. You're gonna pick it up soon. Yeah, it's. I'm having a good time with it. I never actually played Fire Red. I played the original Red. I never played Fire Red. You finally been live. You've been on for 10 minutes now. Guys, my schedule is on the Discord. I told you guys when I was gonna be here. Turtwig is your favorite starter. I mean, I'm actually watching Pokemon Diamond and Pearl right now, so that's Turtwig. That's Gen 4. I like Turtwig. I'm just more. I think I'm more of a Piplup guy. If we're talking Gen 4, I'm more of a Piplup guy. Good night, bro. Hope you have a great stream. Well, thank you, Sheriff. You don't want to stick around? If you gotta go, you gotta go. And what's taking YouTube so long? Maybe YouTube thinks I'm dead, and maybe that's why I've been gone for a week. Oh, he's not live here anymore. Give it a few minutes. Mass Effect. When are you gonna play that game? Jig, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? We've already beaten Mass Effect. We already finished Mass Effect. We're not doing that again. How you doing, Dutch? Welcome in. Welcome in. Oh, you're not on TikTok this time. You've moved over to the YouTubes. Most people hate on Gen 5. So Gen 5, it's not my favorite gen. It's not my favorite. I don't hate it. I certainly don't hate it, but far from my favorite. I think if I have to pick a least favorite gen, it would probably be 1, 2, 3. It's either going to be 7 or 6. Actually, it might be 7 or. Oh wait, the thing is with 6, there's Greninja. Might be 7. What do I think of the new gen starters? I think they're. I can tell you they're not my favorite. I think my opinion of them has gotten better since they originally came out, since I saw the first image of them. So like it's improved, but they're not going to be my favorite gen. They're not going to be my favorite gen. I just love my goat Rowlet and Alola. Oh jeez. I'm personally not a Rowlet person. I mean, I like most Pokemon. Yeah, I'm not a Rowlet person. I can't. I'm not a Rowlet person. The lizard could be good. What lizard are you referring to? What are Pokemon gens? As in gen is generation. So Gen 1, Gen 2, like Charmander, Squirtle, Bulbasaur, Cyndaquil, Chikorita, Totodile, and so on. Torchic and Mudkip, and yeah, Rowlet is not going to be up there for me. Did I see Gen 10? I did see the image for Gen 10. Can't say I love it. I don't hate it. I don't hate it, but I also don't love it. Drink some water. I'm good. The Gen 10 lizard. Yeah, I don't know if the lizard's going to be better than Froakie though. You think I'll accept you not being a Rowlet person? Well, you know what? I'm sorry to break your heart. I'm kidding. I'm gonna break a lot of your hearts. Let's see. Gen 4 gotta be my favorite though. Gen 4 is actually nowhere close to my favorite. Not saying I dislike Gen 4. That's like Chimchar and Piplup and Turquoise. Like, nah, I am a Gen 2. I am a Gen 2 guy. How did I get number 2? I just joined. I don't know, dude. I genuinely have no idea. Also, I honestly don't know how you did it. Maybe YouTube just likes you. Maybe YouTube just likes you. Two is my favorite. Yeah, I'm a two. I'm a Gen 2 person. I'm a Gen 2 person. That also might be biased because I grew up with like Gen 1 and 2. Uh, no, but even looking now, even looking at it in front of me, I think I'm Gen 2. Why you never experienced Ben 10, Alien Force, and Ultimate Alien? Because I just never went back and finished it. It's not like I'm avoiding it. I just never went back and finished it. I don't really have a favorite gen, but Dragonair is my favorite Pokemon. You know what? I love dragons. I can respect Dragonair. I could respect the choice. Did I see that Oda hid the One Piece? I did. I grew up playing X and Y, so okay. I grew up on the like when I was already like a young kid when Pokemon came out. So like, I was the Charmander, Squirtle, Bulbasaur guy. No, Pokemon did not come out 3,000 years ago. Unless we're talking Pokemon lore, then if we're going off of Pokemon lore, then they created the universe. So they'd be a lot older than 3,000 years. Are dragons real like dinosaurs? I mean, depend. If you mean like flying, like fire, like if you mean like giant fire breathing monsters with like wings bigger than cars, then no. Uh, if you mean like descendants of lizards, then yes. I don't know why, but I love Gengar. It's in the dishwash. I have a Gengar ramen bowl actually. I actually have a Gengar ramen bowl. Huge Gengar fan. My X and Y save file crashed, and I had oh no. Actually, I was playing my Fire Red crashed like 20 minutes ago, 30 minutes ago, and I lost a few hours of progress, which was very sad. Only a few hours, so not like I think I lost like 3 hours of gameplay, so nothing too soul crushing. Am I gonna find the One Piece treasure? I'm not. I probably not. Realistically, I mean, I have a hat. I have the hat, so maybe that gives me an edge. The Froakie generation was the best. I don't feel the same way as much as I like Froakie because Greninja. Uh, Not going to be my favorite. I'm a Gen 2 person. Your YouTube takes a hit due to not going live here on TikTok. Well, here's the thing. I couldn't do YouTube lives. I couldn't. I had my phone. I did not have a computer. I did not have a computer, so I can only go live on one platform. And because YouTube has not been very kind to me for the last 2 months, I prioritize TikTok because TikTok has been doing well. It's been growing. So, like, yeah, I prioritize TikTok for a week. Who do I think is the strongest Pokemon? I have no idea. I just don't know. Uh, I hope Bro Last Stage looks like the big red Angry Bird but green. Uh, I hope Broat Last Stage. I feel like I'm not reading that correctly. The best gen is 3. I can't. I mean, I don't feel the same way. I don't feel the same way. You remember me? Well, welcome in, King. Like I do. If we're talking Gen 3, then I'm definitely like I think I'd go with the grass type. I think that's one of the few times I take grass. Thoughts on Jiraiya from Naruto? I mean, I like Jiraiya most of the time. I don't like his pervy antics, but outside of that, I think he's great. Yes, Adam, we are back home. We are back to our usual streaming routine, both on YouTube and TikTok. And we have a new stream schedule that is officially posted on my Discord. Uh, every single day on YouTube and TikTok from 5 to 6. Every single day of the week from 5 to 6 p.m. Eastern Standard, we'll be here. Have I seen Castlevania? Indeed, I have. Are you watching Darwin? Not yet. I haven't started. Favorite Pokemon type? Favorite Pokemon type, if we're going on average, it might be like Ghost or Dragon. It's probably Ghost or Dragon, I think. Because I love Gengar. That's probably my favorite Pokemon. My favorite Pokemon is probably Gengar or Cyndaquil. But I also have a love of dragons. Like ever since I was a kid, I love dragons. Gen 1 or 3 starters, I prefer between those two, I would choose one. For only comparing gens 1 and 3, I prefer 1. Did I have fun with my cousins? I mean, I got to hang out with the dogs and watch anime all day. So like I mean, yes, but I prefer being home. Like it's nice to go there sometimes, but I prefer being home. I like being here. Why your voice so different than YouTube? Because YouTube, I have my phone. TikTok has this mic. So, different mics. I like the setup. I mean, you can't see the setup because my furniture's not built yet. Like, guys, like, okay, I can't take it apart. Like, my furniture's not built yet. Like, half of it is still in boxes. So, like, this, just standing up. Yes. I don't want to sit down for an hour. I'd rather stand up. I'd rather not sit down for the whole stream. You look like a happy sponge. I look like a happy sponge. So like SpongeBob. I'll take it. I'll take it. I want to start a playthrough, but I can't decide between Emerald and Platinum. So the thing is, I actually haven't played those. Here's my Pokemon gaming history. I have played the original games, Red and Blue and Yellow. I played up until Gold and Silver. Took a break at Gold and Silver. I came back for Black 2, and then I took another break. I came back for Z to A, and I also play Pokemon Go, but that's kind of a separate thing. And now I just picked up Fire Red like yesterday, and we're getting back into it. New gen kind of sucks. If you mean the images for the newest gen, I don't feel like it sucks. Also, thank you, Valkmans, for the 5 roses. I appreciate that. Uh, I don't think it sucks. In fact, the details about the new game looks good. If we're talking about Legend Z to A, then I can understand some complaints. I don't think it's bad. I just don't think it's great. Thank you, Hussam. We are back. Do I still have roommates? I have new roommates now. Well, I have a new roommate now. What gen do I think has the best starter trio? My favorite gen is 2. So Gen 2 is Totodile, Cyndaquil, and Chikorita. Those are my favorite. That's my favorite gen. Gen 4, but Fuecoco. Fuecoco. Yeah, I never really got into Fuecoco. It wasn't really for me. Yeah, I could only afford. Look, dude, you don't have to send gifts. The fact that you send gifts at all is appreciated. The smartest Pokemon when it comes to battle. I mean, I don't even know what that means. Like the smartest Pokemon when it comes to battle. Are you talking about like the best combat? Thank you, Max, for the rose, and thank you, Valkman, for an additional rose. Uh, are you talking about like the best competitive stats? Because I don't know competitive stats. I am just a very casual Pokemon player, like very casual, not competitive in the least. How many gens are there? We have 9 released, and we just got images for the 10th. I don't really prefer Gen 2. My favorite's got to be Alola. Fair, like you can have any favorites that you want. You can have any favorites that you want, but I am just saying I am a Gen 2 person. Like I love Gen 2. Also, Clop, thank you for the 16, 17, 18 roses. Thank you. uh this is my first time in your in my stream. Gen 3 had my favorite starters and was my favorite gen overall. I get it. I get it. I think depending on when you got into Pokemon, your age, and all these kind of factors, I think it's going to influence what your favorite is. Like Gen 2 is my favorite gen. I grew up with Gen 1 and they were my favorite for a long time. But going back and reflecting on things, I did change my mind and switched over to Gen 2 as being my favorite. You're my favorite streamer, and I appreciate that a lot, Clopo. And thank you, Sensei, for the heart. I appreciate that. Can I solve a Rubik's cube? I haven't tried to in a very long time. When I was at my cousin's house, I feel like the other day, I did solve the five-piece star puzzle, which is definitely a lot easier than a Rubik's cube, but it was some fun puzzle games. But Cyndaquil is my favorite star. Cyndaquil is one of my favorite Pokemons of all. It's one of my favorite Pokemon of all time. Forget starters. It's my favorite starter for sure. It might just be one of my favorite Pokemon across the board. It's right. It's up there with Gengar and Lugia and How You Doing Shadow. Gen 2 would be my favorite. I'm just not a fan of Chikorita. So I like Chikorita, Meganium, and Bayleaf, but they are my least favorite between Cyndaquil and Totodile. My favorite Pokemon is Wobbuffet. You know what? You know what? I can get it. It's not mine, but I can just the silliness of. Is it because of the anime? Is it because of the anime? Gen 8 because of Score Bunny. I never really got into Score Bunny. Like, yeah, he's a kid. Like his stats are pretty good, but I never really. I don't even think his evolution line is bad. It's just not my favorite. Didn't land for me. Snivy gets too much hate. I mean, I actually like Snivy. I like Snivy. You're funny, Dot. You're funny. Am I going to get murdered for saying I've never watched Pokemon? Nope, you are absolutely not. I think that if you wanted to get into Pokemon, I could help you do that. If you're not looking to get into it, you just want to hang out and chat, you're more than welcome to. Everybody hates Chikorita a lot for reasons, but it's very good raised properly. So, if we're talking competitive stats, that's now outside what I do. I don't know competitive stats. Do I like Chikorita as a Pokemon? Do I like it in the anime? Do I think it's like aesthetically cute? Yes, I like Chikorita. Am I going to get murdered? No. Nobody likes Wobbuffet. Actually, a while ago, there was a poll done to find like what's the most popular Pokemon, and every single Pokemon on the Pokedex was at least somebody's favorite, except for one, and I forgot what that one Pokemon was. Maybe someone in chat will remember this. Ash's story is done, Dutch. Yes, Ash is retired. Yes, Ash is retired. Ash is retired, and he wasn't 12; he was 10. Do I watch the Pokemon anime? I am watching the anime. I'm very, very slowly watching the anime, and I'm actually streaming the anime in Discord. Not right now. Obviously, we're live here, but I watch my anime live in Discord. So whenever I'm like just hanging out, you can see what I'm watching, and we are getting through Pokemon. The ninth gen, I can't say ninth is my yeah, I'm not a Gen 9 guy. I'm not a Gen 9 guy. I think Gen 9 might be my least favorite gen. That might be my least favorite or one of my least favorites. Did I think Kubo did dirty to Haribo from Bleach? Who's Haribo again? Oh wait. I think I remember who that is. I'm drawing a blank. Why were they done dirty? You stopped at the anime at Gen 4. I haven't watched anything after that. So I'm on Gen 4 right now. In the anime, I am on Gen 4 now. Diamond and Pearl is Gen 4. So I'm getting there. Trico 100%. Okay, I like Trico. Trico is definitely my favorite from his gen. From Gen 3, Trico is my favorite. But it's not going to be my favorite across the board. But for that gen, okay. I've never played past 7, and I watched a little bit of 8. So I have not watched up until 8. I'm watching Gen 4 right now. I am playing Pokemon Go, so like naturally I'm getting to see Pokemon from every gen. But like I'm gonna use the anime to kind of teach myself all that stuff. If I had to pick one from the first 5, Cyndaquil. Cyndaquil is one of my favorite Pokemon across everything. So that's an easy choice. Since when did he retire? So did Pokemon Fit? Okay, so no, Pokemon is not over. Like the series is not over, but Ash's time as the protagonist, as a character in the anime, he is retired. His story has come to a conclusion, and I highly recommend getting like to that point because the final episode for Ash is actually really good. I used to have elite Pokemon knowledge, but now I'm not in my prime. I'm not in my prime either. I'm basically just jumping back into that world. I'm just the thing is, I actually like Cyndaquil more than Typhlosion. I just really like Cyndaquil. Like not for his evolution line, just because he's just a cute little fire hedgehog. I just like him, man. Uh so Bram, let's not say spoilers, but like, yeah, Ash's role in the anime is done. Wobbuffet was Gen 3 or 4. I think it was I know it's. I'm pretty sure Wobbuffet was Gen 3 or 4. I love Greninja. Greninja's awesome. I mean, Greninja's probably like the reason that Froakie. Yeah, Froakie's probably my favorite from Gen 6 because of Greninja. The Typhlosion, yeah, the Typhlosion files. What the Typhlosion files? What are you insinuating there? Muku. I don't think I know that one yet. I hope Broti last stage looks like the big red angry bird but green. Oh, not. I don't know. I don't know how it's gonna look. I don't know how it's gonna look. My chat didn't go or what? Espada 3. She was betrayed by Aizen mid battle, and later the almighty mustache guy imprisoned her and severely injured her. Sounds like she had it coming. She was Espada 3, so. Oh, wait, Espada. Okay, no, sounds like she had it coming. Sounds like she had it coming. I want to get the Switch and the games and maybe give this Gen 7, 8, and 9 anime a chance. I was lucky. I was very fortunate. My cousin just gave me a Switch 2. Like, I just got one for free. If I did not get the Switch 2 for free, I would not be back into the Pokemon games. Like, I would not have a means of playing that. I mean, I could get an emulator, I guess, but yeah, I just got lucky. New Gen stars are so goofy. I think they're fine. I think they're fine. They can be cute little guys. Not gonna be my favorite gen, probably. Poplio is a sleeper pick. Wait, Poplio. Which one was Poplio again? I think it was that one. Uh, okay. I mean, not gonna be my top pick, but okay. I will not watch Pokemon. It's longer than One Piece. I think it is. I mean, there's over 20 movies. There's I'd imagine there's over 1,000 episodes of Pokemon. Poplio is Water Gen 7. Okay, so right there. Yeah. I mean, it would okay, Poplio could be my favorite from Gen 7, but it's not gonna be my favorite water. It's not it's not because there's Froakie, there's Piplup, there's Totodile, there's Squirtle. It's like it's not bottom. It's just, it's more middle of the pack for me. Favorite movie? I don't really have a favorite movie at the moment. I kind of just watch. Actually, outside of anime movies, I don't really watch much movies. I did watch 3 movies this week. I did watch both Violet Evergarden movies, and and I watched Pompoko, and I watched 100 meters. So I watched 4 movies this week. Favorite Pokemon movie? 2000. Pokemon movie? 2000. 2000. The Lugia movie? Easy. I could make the argument for Mewtwo for the first one because that was a really good movie, but like I'm biased. I'm biased. I'm upset that Pokopia can't be played on the Switch. Uh, Maybe one day. You never know. I don't know much about Pokemon, but I always like how Lunala looked design wise. You know what? I could. You know what? Fair, fair. Uh, I understand. Do you have like a Lunala plushie or something? Just look how dumb they get after Gen 2. I'm going to disagree with your take there because I may not be the biggest fan of every single gen, but if you're going all the way, there's some good choices in most gens. Gen 3's got Trico. I even like Torchic, but I'm more of a Trico guy. There's Piplup, there's Snivy, there's Froakie, there's some good ones. There's some good ones. Favorite Pokemon is Snorlax. I have someone. I got one guy in my Discord server who absolutely loves Snorlax. He actually has a Snorlax tattoo, or at least some Snorlax artwork. Put some respect on Mudkip. I like Mudkip, but if we're talking Gen 3, then I'm a Trico guy. Should I switch from Pokemon TCG to One Piece? That depends if you like the game. Like, play the card game that you like. I don't play One Piece or Pokemon. I play Magic. Like, card games are already expensive. I can't afford another I can't afford another trading card game. Your favorite Pokemon is Rayquaza. I mean, big angry Danger Noodle. Uh, he's fine. He's fine for me. But even amongst the legendaries, he's just not up there for me. I love the legendary dogs. I love Raikou, Suicune, and Entei. I love Lugia. I love Mewtwo, of course, a classic. Uh, I think I just prefer the older legendaries. I think I love the Firefox and Gen 6. So Fennekin, I like Fennekin. Uh, Not my personal favorite. Not my personal favorite. And also, okay, no, I didn't get another gift. What is CC Goku? Da da da. I don't really do power scaling. I'm sorry, dude. Is Emu a girl or a boy? We don't really know. We don't know anything regarding Emu's identity. We don't really know who they are, or what they look like, or anything other than their silhouette. How you doing, Arif? Welcome in. Gen 3 and 4 are your favorites. Perfectly understandable. I'm a Gen 2 person, personally. I like Turtwig. I was actually just watching Pokemon on TV before I came here, and I was just at the episode where Ash was fighting at the gym, Turtwig versus Turtwig. Gen 7, but Cyndaquil is my favorite. You know, Cyndaquil is also my favorite, but Gen 7, I don't relate on the Gen 7 part, but I completely agree on the Cyndaquil part. Sun and Moon are my favorite. I have not yet played Sun and Moon. I'm just gonna start going through all the Pokemon games again. I just picked up Fire Red. I'm gonna play through that. I'm just gonna play them all. I'm just gonna play everything. I grew up thinking Mewtwo was the strongest Pokemon. Well, the thing is, at the time of Mewtwo, Mewtwo was one of the strongest Pokemon. Like, that would make sense depending on when. I'm not a power scaler, so I can't tell you like who's the strongest. But now, since we have literal gods that like created time and space and created the universe, that is more than what Mewtwo has done. Gen 5 because Pidove is goaded. Because Pidove. Also, guys, I know I have the starters on the green screen for TikTok, but the question is, what is your favorite Pokemon gen? It doesn't have to be starters. We could also discuss the generation as a whole, like the gens as a collective, as a whole, like all the Pokemon from that respective gen. 10 because it's only, in my opinion, the only 3, 4. Okay, so Gen 10 is the only one you like all three of the Pokemon. That to me is a bit surprising. That that surprises me because there's some pretty good gens with like, in my opinion, with 3 good Pokemon. Do I like subbed anime or dubbed anime? I like them both. Mewtwo would have ruined Mew. We literally see Mewtwo fight Mew, so like I'm not really sure I agree with you, man. I'm not sure I agree. In the latest manga chapters at Summers, was talking with someone and addressed Emu as him, but later the translation was changed. So fan translations or like early release, yeah, then those you can't use those. Fan translations are just that, fan translations. Pikachu is overrated. Okay, you know what? Just a little side fun fact for your entertainment. I was playing Pokemon before, okay? I was playing Pokemon before. And of course, I'm coming up to Cerulean Gym, so what do? I go catch a Pikachu. Electric types are good for Cerulean. And I think I have the most cursed Pikachu out of every Pikachu. My Pikachu, every single thing that hits him is a crit. Every attack that lands on him gets critted. Every poison attack, he gets poisoned. Every time someone uses Sing, he gets put to sleep. Every single time that someone uses like a status effect ability, every single time, I swear my Pikachu is cursed. What kind of gods, by the way, yeah, of Pokemon? That like Pocky is a god. In Pokemon, there's literally in Pokemon there are Pokemon that are literal deities that control time and space and the oceans and land and literally everything. Can I read your last comment? I don't see it. What do I think of the Pokemon at Super Bowl being more expensive than the actual game? I don't know what you're talking about because I don't watch the Super Bowl. Did I miss something Pokemon related at the Super Bowl? It was on an official manga app like Viz and Manga Plus. Uh, okay, but like, if they changed the translation, it was probably an error, and there has been no confirmation. Like, no. Also, referring to somebody as him or her or they or sir, like, for example, in Full Metal Alchemist, I was actually rewatching Full Metal Alchemist a bit at my cousin's place, and they address Miss Armstrong as Sir. So like sometimes they might do that. It's not enough evidence to say what Emu's gender is. I'm probably biased, but first gen is goaded. You know what? Look, I'm probably biased too. I think we're all biased to some degree. I think Gen 1 is fantastic. I think Gen 1 is fantastic. Pikachu of Doom and Despair, Everything Unfair. What Pikachu are you talking about? My Pikachu? Are they Poke gods based on real world mythology or legends by any chance? So I since I'm doing a lot more educational content on various things, I'll probably do some content on like the origin of certain like Pokemon, especially the legends or like whatever. Uh, I could do some research on that. I'll do some research on that. I'm extremely biased towards Gen 7. And you know what? That's okay. Personally, I'm not a Gen 7 guy. That's not really my jam. But I respect the love for whatever Gen you choose. I grew up with Gen 6, but hands down, Gen 5 is the best in terms of storytelling, characters, and music. I haven't gotten to Gen 5 yet. I'm watching Gen 4. I still have like 160 episodes left of Gen 4, so it's going to take me a while to get to Gen 5. Mudkip solos everyone. You can't beat the goat. I'm a Cyndaquil guy. I will die on that hill. What is your favorite Pokemon? Probably Gengar or Cyndaquil is a close second. Or like, kind of goes back and forth between Gengar and Cyndaquil. Kind of goes back and forth for me. Yeah, I look. I love Cyndaquil. I love Cyndaquil. I've loved him since the anime. Skeledridge is the best. Wait, Skeledurge. Skeledurge. Uh, okay. What is my favorite gen from my profile picture? What is my favorite gen? Two. I'm a gen two. I love Cyndaquil, Totodile, Chikorita, all of them. Favorite legendary? I am a Lugia man. I have been a Lugia fan since the Pokemon 2000 movie, and I have not changed my mind ever since. As a kid, as kid one grows up with Gen 1 or Gen 2, but after Horn the TV broadcast kept repeating the old episodes. I okay, so I watched the original Pokemon animes like on TV for a long time, and I think once we got to 2004, 2005, that's when I started watching most of my anime online and not so much on TV. Gen 1 Pokemon is the best. I mean, I do love Gen 1. I do like Gen 1 more than a lot of gens, but that might be just biased because I grew up with Gen 1. But we'll see. We'll see. Maybe I might change my mind. I might change my mind, but I doubt it. I doubt it. What do I think about the Gen 10 starters? I think they look like my. I kind of want to refrain from saying too much because when I first saw them, I did not like them. and now I like them more, but not I don't love them. So I think maybe as time goes on, my opinion might evolve. So like maybe I'll love them by the time they come out in game. So like we'll see. Right now I think they're fine. I think they're fine. I watched till Hoenn. I did get past Hoenn. Hoenn was Pokemon Advance, and I finished that. Who do I think had the best reason to be a villain but didn't? Uh, I mean, I think Thorfinn could have kept being a villain. Uh, I can make that argument for a lot of characters who could have been a. I think Killua could have easily been a villain. Some might argue that he is because he's technically still an assassin. Uh, I could make some. I could make a few arguments for a few different people. I could definitely say Killua. Gen 10, they lost creativity. I don't feel okay. So Zebra, I want you to kind of think on that statement because if you go to every generation, even the first generation, you're going to find Pokemon that are literally just regular things we see in the world. We have Ekans, which is literally just snake spelled backwards, and it's basically just a pretty purple snake. We have literal just clamshells. We've got keychains. We've got like there's they didn't lose creativity. If you don't like the designs, just say you don't like the designs. But I don't think they've lost creativity. Also, Sensei, thank you for the Lucky Len, whatever. Is that a frog? Is that like a frog plushie? I don't even know what that is. How you doing, Richmond? If what you like means you had to eat it, what's everyone's favorite? Okay, so I have to eat a Pokemon? You're saying I have to eat a Pokemon. So I'm going to think tactically here. I'm going to think intelligently. Uh, I want a Pokemon that's going to keep me fed for a very, very. Wait, do I get a fridge? Wait, can I like can I get like a an extra large like freezer to store what I can't eat? So I thought if I picked like a Waylord because I plan to eat. So immediately TTRR said the same thing. Nice job. Like, what if you ate Waylord? Because that's a lot of food. That's a lot of food. It's a lot of fat. I finally got my Taiko live randomly instead of having to go to it. So, just a heads up, our new TikTok and YouTube stream schedule is every day of the week, 5 to 6 p.m. Every day, I will spend an hour a day, every day, same time. We'll be right here. Can I look at your profile picture? The thing is, I can't see it. It is too small. Like your profile pictures on my screen are too small. Eat Cosmid and it will keep you fed for. The thing is, how are you supposed to eat Cosmid? Like from a practical, how are you supposed to? Like I get its mass, but how do you go about eating it? It's 6:30. So Eastern Standard Time. Yes. So Eastern Standard Time, 5 to 6 p.m. every day, Monday through Sunday, every day, unless otherwise specified. Unless I announce, hey, I can't make it today. I'll be here. I'll be here. Gen 7. Gen 7 is personally one of my lesser favorite gens. It's not. It's not up there for me. Uh, so I can okay. I can't really see your profile pictures. I can only tell yours is Ichigo because of the color pattern. Like I can't see it, but I know the color scheme. Best Bleach fight in the Soul Society arc. Oh, Ichigo versus Kenpachi. That's easy. That is just ridiculously easy. Yeah, Ichigo versus Kenpachi. I'm choosing that over Ichigo versus Byakuya or any of the other ones easily. Thoughts on Gen 10 starters? They're fine. I look my at first I hated them. Now they're fine, and my opinion might stay there. It might change. I might say they're good later. Right now, I think they're fine. Why does the live have 6 people only? So here's the thing. For some reason, YouTube has just been weird. Like my content is no longer being pushed on YouTube. It's like nothing. Maybe I'm shadow banned on YouTube for like it's been like this for a while. And that is why when I went away for a week, I chose to spend my time on TikTok. Because if I spend my time on YouTube, it's not showing my content. So I'm like, okay, I'll hang out with the people over here. So but now that we're back home, I'm live on both. Let's see, 21 people. The thing is, I have TikTok and I have YouTube. I got two chats. Also, thank you for the 124 roses. My God, thank you. Damn. Quaxley. Look, I like ducks. I like ducks, but Quaxley is not my favorite. Uh, he he's a fine little guy. He's fine, just doing his thing, but not gonna be my favorite. Should I watch JJK as a Demon Slayer fan? Why not? That, but like, I want you to understand this. You can watch other shows and like still be a fan of like. Just because you're a fan of one show doesn't mean you can only watch that one show. That wouldn't make any sense. If you think Pokemon is dying and but anyone is still following its prime, it's following prime consumerism. So if you think Pokemon is dying, you are not paying attention. You're just not paying attention. You're not looking at. I don't know where you're looking. You're probably just angry or edgy or like trying to be like I don't know. I don't know where like maybe you don't like the new designs, but like okay, that's fine. Pokemon as a like a franchise is doing exceptionally well. Thank you, Spider Pro. I appreciate the follow. Quaxley got that Josuke hair. Oh God. Oh guys. Wait, we're about to get. Is Quaxley? Are we about to get? How would you? Is Quaxley gonna be like? Is there a duck in JoJo's? Is there a duck in JoJo's? I, maybe. Look like I don't. I don't even watch, play, or even like Pokemon, but it's people's hobby. I mean, yes, but it was more of a critique of how Pokemon is performing in the industry as a whole, like sales, views, the anime, the games. It's doing well. Would I? Okay, Boris, you need therapy, dude. 6 parts in so far, no ducks. Uh, just okay. Look, I know Steel Ball Run is coming. I'm not up to date. I can't pretend to know what's going on. Is there a duck in Steel Ball Run? Actually, you know what? Maybe don't tell me. Maybe don't tell me. I'll get there, and I'll be surprised if there's a duck. How you doing, Asia? Respectfully, every game since Gen 7 has been terrible, and the anime has fallen off a cliff. Aloha too. So, like, here's the thing. I cannot fairly critique the anime because I'm still on Diamond and Pearl. I can say that I haven't enjoyed most of the anime. The movies, I've enjoyed most of the movies. The games, I am going through all the games slowly. I have played a lot of the older ones. I haven't played a lot of the newer ones. So, like you're saying, Gen 7. I don't think I've really played much of Gen 7. I did play Pokemon Z to A, and I have mixed opinions on that one. Can't say it was my favorite. But you know what? If you say you don't like some of the newer games, I'd understand. I don't think every new game has been bad, but I understand you not liking some of the games. I think that's fair. Do I collect the cards? I used to back in the day, but collecting trading cards is a very expensive hobby. So now I just play Magic. Now I just play Magic. Also, today is Magic Night. Wednesday night in my apartment is Magic Night. So once this stream is done, I'm heading off to play Magic. You're gonna hop out? Okay, I'll see you later, Psycho. Have a great day. The new games lack any creativity in the system besides Legends and Legends Z to A. So, like, the thing is, you're saying besides Z to A. Now, there's some things in Z to A I did like, but I also didn't love it. But I also did not play anything between Z to A and Black 2. So I know there's some like there's context I'm missing here. But I do want to actually get back into the franchise. I'm gonna dive back in and play all the games. Please make this long when there's only a little amount of people. When there's a lot of people, make it short. What are you talking about? What are you even saying, Asia? To make the stream short? No, here's the thing. Look, understand this. The content does not always pay well. Sometimes it pays great. Sometimes it doesn't pay well. So until content really starts to like really rake in the money, I have to work. I have to do other things. So I can only allocate about 1 hour per day to stream. I mean, when you're talking, I mean, if people ask a question that involves me needing to talk, I'm gonna talk. Finally, you're back. I am back. You bro hates us? No. YouTube doesn't like me, so I took some time away from YouTube and spent it with TikTok because TikTok is still doing good. I think Gen 1 is the best. What's my opinion? I'm a Gen 2 person, but I do love Gen 1. Like I do really, really, really love Gen 1. Snivy is the greatest Pokemon ever created. I respect that, but I'm still Team Gengar or Cyndaquil. TikTok on top. No, it's more like YouTube's just not being the best to me, and TikTok has been good to me for the last little bit. So I'll keep hanging out. What do I? You make 100,000. Jeremy, I just said I don't make any money on TikTok. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? I TikTok doesn't make me much. Oh, we just gave him $1 and $9. What are you talking? Uh, n- uh. Well, you guys have donated 66 US cents today on TikTok. So yeah, I've made around $1 today on TikTok, which is I do appreciate the dollar. I do appreciate the dollar. Diamond and Pearl Gen 4. Yeah, Diamond and Pearl is Gen 4. I'm not the biggest. I mean, I like Gen 4. They're not top of the pack, but they're pretty good. They're pretty good. Is it true that Kenjiro Suda will be voicing Kokushibo? I don't know who's voicing who. I want to continue Pokemon, but there's a bit of confusion. I watched it in my native language of dub, but it's not available on streaming sites, and I'm a bit not sure about the English dub. So, like, when you say you're not sure, do you mean like you don't like the English dub? Because, like, I can understand that. I can find the voices sometimes kind of annoying. Is that what you mean? Let's see. Gen 7? A lot of people seem to be saying Gen 7 today. An anteater Pokemon? Is it okay? I actually don't know if we have an anteater Pokemon. I assume we do. I assume we probably do. Sorry you watched it in English or a different language. So, like, well, are you saying sorry to me? Well, wait, are you apologizing to me because you watched it in a different language? That's okay. Gen 6? Yeah, I gotta say, Gen 6 is probably one of my least favorite gens, personally. He has a fire type. I don't know his name. I'm okay, chat. I'm kind of lost with this chat. That was the question I missed. That was the question I missed. The question. No, okay. I was responding to somebody else's question in chat. They said they watched Pokemon in a different language, and I was confused what the problem was. Gen 3 was mid. I don't think Gen 3 was mid. I think Gen 3 was better than mid. I don't think Gen 3 was peak for me, but it was good because Gen 3 has Torchic and it has uh why is my brain stop working? It'll come back to me in a second. What is my favorite Pokemon type? Ghost or Dragon? Is there a Dragon Ghost? Don't answer that. I don't know if there's a Dragon Ghost. Are we talking about Yu-Gi-Oh? We are not, but we can talk about Yu-Gi-Oh because even though the theme of the day is Pokemon, we don't only we can talk about Yu-Gi-Oh. The theme of the day is Pokemon, but that's not the only thing we can talk about. We can diversify. We can talk about pretty much whatever. But I like to have something that, some sort of topic to get people going. Dragapult. I don't know which one Dragapult is. Did I research the B? You mean the Dragon Ball Z ending? What do you mean research the ending? I watched Dragon Ball Z multiple times. Best type psychic and fighting. Uh, I mean, how many? I don't know that many. I don't know a lot of the newer Pokemon. I don't know any psychic fighters. Knowing only Pikachu in Pokemon is a sign of highly intelligent person that you can't fake. What are you talking about? Means you just call every Pokemon Pikachu. It's Mudkip and Froppy, Froakie. You probably like Froakie. Thank you, Jeremy, for the follow. I appreciate that. You told us you would make a video about the end of Z after researching a bit, but like researching what? Because like I don't know what you're talking. Like I don't know. Can you? Expand on that, because I've seen the end of Dragon Ball Z multiple times. It's not that I don't like the English dub, but my native language dub was that childhood nostalgia. Okay, so you want to watch something in your language because of the nostalgia factor. Now, like, unless if the language you're watching isn't English, Spanish, or French, or one of the bigger languages, it might be harder to find. Oh, what's the Pokemon on the blue line between the bird and the croc? Wait, between the bird. Oh, are you talking about between Piplup and Froakie? Are you talking about the fifth one, like the otter? Are you talking about the otter? I know Pikachu, Charizard, and the blue dog. And the blue dog with bones. Oh my geez. Oh my days. The blue dog with bones. Oob is supposed to be the strongest after what they did was super kind of difficult. Uh, Oob was never supposed to be the strongest character. All that happened at the end of spoilers for the end of Dragon Ball Z, in case just in case. Uh, Shenron hears Goku's wish that he wished that Boo came back as a good person, and he created Oob, which is a pure human, but the reincarnation of Majin Buu. But he was never created to be the strongest uh, entity, but he was created to be a good rival for Goku. Today's theme was Pokemon. I just started to talk with any random anime that came to mind. So like just because we have a main theme of the day, that is just to get chat going and to have something to discuss when like we're looking for something to talk about. But we can talk about pretty much anything once things get going. Because of N of Z after Super. I mean, there are some discrepancies between the end of Z and Super. There are some kind of things that are a bit different. Maybe with the remake of Super, they'll change some things. We'll find out. Which Pokemon game is my favorite? So, keeping in mind that I have only played the original game, so Red, Blue, Yellow, Gold, Silver, Black 2, Z to A, and now Fire Red, I think I'm going to say between those, Pokemon Silver. I want to get a Pokemon game on Switch 2, but they're really expensive, so I can only get on Switch 1. And you know what? That's okay. That's okay. Uh, I know it's nice to have a Switch 2. I'm fortunate enough that I have a Switch 2. But you know what? You can still have a great time without the Switch 2. I ain't mad at it. Gen 2 is goaded. You know what? I completely agree. I love my Gen 2. I love my Gen 2. What if Tanjiro didn't get Cole at Demon Slayer's start? Then Tanjiro would have been home when his house got attacked, and he'd probably be dead. That's why you told you would make that certain video, hence the research. But like, I just kind of answered it, didn't I? That we don't know how the Super remake is gonna look. We don't know. I don't know if there's gonna be any story changes. There's no announcements on that. What's the price difference between the Nintendo Switch versus the Switch 2? So okay. At the time that I received the Switch 2, after tax, it was valued at around 750 Canadian dollars. Now, I believe the Switch 2 you could probably get for around 650, 680 Canadian dollars. So, and a Switch 1, I don't know the current price for a Switch 1. I'd imagine a few $100s less, probably $200-300 less, I would think. I hope the Super Remake has a consistent art style. The art style does, okay, fair enough. There are some changes back and forth with the art in the original Super, so fair enough. Which Pokemon game would I recommend if I could only get one? So here's the thing. Uh, are you someone who's new to Pokemon? Like, are you someone who's new to Pokemon, or are you like a returning player? Because like, if someone could gift me Pokemon, I would probably want like Silver. But like, if you're looking for something more modern, then it might not be. It probably wouldn't be that one. Let's see. If it would be my first ever Pokemon game. So here's the issue why I have trouble giving a recommendation. I can tell you I can give you a recommendation based off the games that I have played, but I have only played the first gen games, the second gen games, and then nothing until like when was Black 2? Was Black 2 like Gen 6 or something? It was like several generations later. And then the most recent one, which is like Gen Pokemon Z to A was like Gen 9. So like I'm missing quite a few generations of Pokemon games under my belt. But from the games that I have played, it would probably be like Black 2. But there might be a better choice. I love Black 2. Black 2 is Gen 5. Okay, thank you for correcting me. Thank you for correcting me. Black 2, I had a lot of fun. I thought it was great. But there might be a better choice. I feel like I'm not the most qualified to pick your first Pokemon game yet. I'm not like if chat wants to help us out here, what would be the best Pokemon game for someone new? Like so it's got like like something for a modern console like Switch or Switch 2, preferably like decent graphics, fun story. Like don't pick a new game that sucks. Like what's a somewhat recent game that's still good? Nice to see you on YouTube again. I was away for a week, but we are back. I have not played Pokemon Sword and Shield. Uh, someone's recommending Shield, Sword and Shield, which could be good. I just haven't gone to it yet. The one with Pikachu. Are you talking about Pokemon Yellow? Are you talking about the original Pokemon Yellow? Because that's old. That's old. Unless you want to get an emulator for that one. First game should be Black 2 or White 2 or Platinum. So I had a great experience with Black 2. I had a great experience with Black 2. So I think I could get behind that. I met your long-haired lost okay. It's just Shadow being weird again. I think they meant Pokemon Yellow because Pokemon Yellow literally has Pikachu on the case, and in the gameplay, you had Pikachu as your companion follow you around, like in the anime. You literally have Pikachu outside of its Pokeball following you around, which was really fun. Gen 1 starters are goaded, and Pokemon Silver was the last game I played. Pokemon Silver was absolutely fantastic. I love Gen 1. Not my favorite set of starters, but they are very, very, very good starters. Is it bad to say any Gen 5 or under was peak? Not really. It's just if you're saying that everything after Gen 5 was like not as good, I'd start to wonder why. It might just be like a bias thing. But like I think it's okay to be biased as long as you say, you know what, I'm biased towards these particular generations. This is what I grew up with, and that's why I like it. That's fine. I think it's okay. But as long as you can explain why, or just maybe it's just the vibe. As long as you're consistent with your reason. Chespin is better than Froakie, but his evolutions are worse. Uh, I would agree. I would say the Greninja definitely has it's definitely the better evolution. I would definitely agree that Greninja is the better evolution in that case. Is it okay to like Gen 7? But like, why would it not be okay? Like, aren't you like you're allowed to like any generation? I'm not the biggest Gen 7 guy. Like, I don't like Gen 7 that much. You're allowed to. And do I think Ash was based off the premise of Yellow in that case? No. Uh no. Because the Pokemon Yellow game came out after the anime did. Can you not randomly switch from YouTube to TikTok? It's hard to time my messages. Like here's the thing. I'm reading both. It's not like I'm spending like 2 minutes here and 2 minutes here. I'm literally going back and forth. And there's a lot more people. Right now, chat's not super busy, but anyways, I'm not like I'm kind of just going wherever. If I see a new message come in, that's where I go. And when am I? I don't own Resident Evil Shadow. I don't own Resident Evil. I can't play it. Uh, think Pokemon coloring just because less vibrant, as it's got to be more 3D sprites peaked in Gen 5. Okay, so it's the coloring, it's the styling. Okay, you prefer older art style. I get it. I can get that. Chimchar best character development, is that like an anime thing? because I've seen Chimchar in the anime, and I don't remember Chimchar doing anything that exceptional. I would say if we're talking like a Pokemon's character development, why not Charizard? His character development is awesome. It's an anime. Okay, so I've seen Chimchar in the anime, but like, I'm sorry, there's some Pokemon with really, really, really good character development. Like, uh, and I'm not even going to use Pikachu. You could even say, what about Mewtwo? What about Mewtwo's character development? For human race, generation is 20 years. What does gen mean in Pokemon terms? So, in Pokemon terms, it's pretty much like uh, every few years we get a new release of so many Pokemon. So, like with a new game or a new season, we get we get like a new, we get more Pokemon introduced into the series, and they're grouped by generation. So, like the first generation was 151 Pokemon, and then Gen two, a new season, new game, and we got another hundred and something Pokemon. So it's more like additions to, yeah, it's like additions to the franchise. I'm not gonna lie, this is the unrelated to Pokemon, but the 3D style that MGS4 and MGR, I have no idea what you're talking about. I genuinely, Jay, I have no idea what you're even talking about. You lost me completely. What's my favorite starter? Cyndaquil. Definitely. Sorry, that was just some dice. I don't know why it fell. Definitely Cyndaquil. What if humans wore Pokemon like suits so they could have their powers? Uh yeah, that just so that's not how it works. If you skin a Pokemon, you just kill it. Uh and you know what? People eating Pokemon isn't really that foreign of an idea. That is something that has been talked about, uh like because like there's no regular, well, he said, what if humans wore Pokemon like suits? What else could you mean by skinning? If you're wearing the Pokemon like clothes, you're pretty much skinning the animal. They eat Magic. There you go. They eat Magikarp. I like Monster Hunter. I haven't gotten into Monster Hunter, but I have a friend who is in Monster Hunter. He's a voice actor in the games. I should play Near Automata. I have no idea what that is. Sounds really depressing though. Probably won't. I don't know. I want it to sound gruesome. I mean, if you're wearing a Pokemon like clothes, then you're skinning them. Like that. It's the same thing we did with like beaver pelts. Play Baldur's Gate. I already play Baldur's Gate. I love Baldur's Gate. I've played it. I've played a I have played a medically concerning amount of Baldur's Gate. Which starter are you choosing for Winds and Waves? So I am debating between the fire and the water starter. I will see. I'm gonna think on it. We got time until the game comes out. I will think over my decision. Have I added any of the mods? I have played with a few of the mods. Right now, I am using the full party mod, so you can have infinite party space, and that allows me to pretty much try out multiple different builds. So right now, I have a seven member party, so I have seven different builds that I'm testing out. That's probably my favorite because it allows me to try the most different classes and just find my favorites. Will I get Pokopia? Well, I'm not saying no. It depends on what my wallet says. It sucks that the Monarch mod doesn't work. I've never experimented with that one. I've tried like the party mods. I've tried the leveling mods. I've done a couple of the fashion mods, but that wasn't really like my favorite thing. It's mostly just like any sort of caps to try around, like play around with different builds. Emerald, Red, or Blue. I never played Emerald. I love Red and Blue. I love Red and Blue. I'm playing Fire Red right now, by the way. My wallet is definitely crying if I get. My wallet is already crying, and I haven't bought anything. I mean, I bought Fire Red, but like, my wallet is already crying. Emerald is the best Pokemon game ever. I haven't played it yet. I will. I will. Yeah, look, I will play it. It's just right now I can't just go get it because money. I feel like older games have more entertaining than newer games for some reason, with the exception of some remakes and sequels. So a remake is kind of just taking an old game and like fine tuning it. So I'm not sure if I would really count that. Sequel, but like, what is it that the older? Are you saying older games in general across the board? And like, are you sure you're not just biased towards like older games? Like that just feels nostalgic. Like what's the logic there? Like, what are older games doing that the newer games are not? Or like, is there even a consistency as to why you evaluate games this way? Thank you, Dallas Strips, for the follow. Do Pokemon have mixed race kids, or are they racist too? So, like, okay, can one Pokemon breed with another Pokemon that isn't like this, like a Nidorina and like a Sandslash? Yes, they can breed. In fact, that's in the Pokemon game mechanics. You can breed Pokemon and hatch eggs in the games. That was introduced, I think, in Gen 2. I'm 38 and I love the OG, but the new stuff has gotten me back into it. You know what? I'm 34. I was out of Pokemon for a while. I'm getting back into it now, so we are the same. I forgot. Like Pikachu and Charizard. So like some Pokemon are not okay. So here's the thing: you cannot, in the games or the anime, create some sort of weird Pokemon mutant hybrid thing. Now, some Pokemon are compatible with others and can have babies, but it's not going to be some new thing. It's going to be like one. It's going to be like you might get a. I don't think a Pikachu and a Charmander and a Charizard could breed, but like if a Charizard and another Pokemon, and let's say Charizard and let's say Infernape, that might work. Maybe you'd either get a Charmander or like a Chimchar. I think Gen 4 has to be my favorite. I like Gen 4. I don't love Gen 4, but I like Gen 4. I can appreciate Gen 4. I feel like older games have more entertaining the okay, you haven't answered me yet. Okay. Gen 3 went 3 for 3. Okay, so let me think on this. I do like Torchic. I like Mudkip. I love Trico. So like I think they're all good. I think they're all good. But like if we're talking Gen 3, I love Trico. I love Trico. I'm definitely a team Trico for Gen 3. I think it's the vibe. Like Sonic Adventure to Devil May Cry, No More Heroes, probably bias and stuff, but that's okay. But that's okay. Even if it is bias, even if it's just like this was like my jam back in the day, so going back to it, this just feels better for me. That's okay. That's fine. Whatever brings you joy, whatever is fun, fantastic. That's great. They aren't my favorite individually, but I feel like Gen 3 is the most solid overall. So for me, if I'm picking like solid across the board, I think this is probably bias talking. This is probably bias talking. I'm being open about it. Probably two or one because actually love Cyndaquil, Chikorita, and Totodile. I love Charmander, Squirtle, and Bulbasaur, not just because they're the OGs. I genuinely love them. And looking at the other lines, there's good ones, but I think those two for me slap the hardest. I've also noticed more experimental stuff and entertaining stories. Okay, I mean that's good. That's good, Jay. I was gonna take a shower in the morning, but I had breakfast before that. I mean, okay, take a shower whenever it's convenient, I guess. I chose Chikorita for Legend Z to A. I chose who did I? I don't think I chose Chikorita. Uh, I'm trying to remember who I chose. I have the game file. I have it. I'll load it up after and see who I pick. I don't even remember. Also, the mailman. Thank you for the rose. I appreciate that. Switching it up. I see. Switching what up? You mean the green screen? Uh, I mean, I usually have a green screen. It's just I haven't been home, so I couldn't add anything to the. I couldn't add any background effects. I'm going to the supermarket tomorrow morning with my mom. Enjoy your shopping trip. I'm going to Costco on Saturday because my roommate needs some meat. I mean the topic. So here's the thing. Every single stream, I try to pick a new topic of the day or a question of the day. And we can still talk about other things. Like we talked about Yu-Gi-Oh! A little bit. We've talked about Digimon. We've talked about a couple other things. But I always like to have a topic. It's usually about any anime, but this okay, so here's the thing. We can still talk about any anime. We can still talk about any series, but by including at least one major topic of discussion, it gives the chat a bit more focus. And we've pretty much been talking about Pokemon nonstop for the last hour. So it is working. And by the way, guys, I only have 5 more minutes, then I have to go. Just a heads up. But for the next 5 minutes, let's keep going. Do I guys have I don't I'm not Australian, and I don't know what a Tesco is. Have I seen the new starters? Yes. Opinions on them. Originally, I did not like them. Now I think they're fine. But like, since my opinion has changed since they came out, I'm also open to my opinion continuing to evolve. Like maybe I'll grow to really like them. But right now, they're fine. You got a dono. Oh, I got a boxing glove. Thank you for the boxing gloves. I appreciate. Thank you, Geo. I appreciate that. Where am I from? I am Canadian. Have I heard about the new rain? I have not heard about the new rain. Have I seen the new star? I already answered that one. Favorite Pokemon is either going to be Cyndaquil or Gengar. Probably Gengar overall, but like I do love. Since we're talking like we've talked a lot about starters. I do love Cyndaquil. I feel like fire is a safe middle pick right now. Grass is my favorite because I think water will let me down. There's plenty of good water. There's plenty of good water Pokemon, man. Not like starters or not starters. There's so many good water Pokemon. Don't discount water, man. Favorite. Okay, so you know what? Hang on. Favorite Mega. Let me pull out. Let me open a list of all the Mega Pokemon. All Mega Pokemon. Give me a few seconds. All right. Gonna pull up a list right here. Okay, let's see what we are working with. Let me just pull up a list right here. Okay. Uh, I'm looking through it. I'm looking through it. I do really like Gengar. It's not going to be any of these. I do like. I do like Heracross. Still think I'm. I do like Heracross. I like Gengar. Okay. I'm thinking. Okay. I'm thinking Heracross or Gengar for me. 5 minutes, guys. Mine is Phalanx. You know what? Phalanx is really cool. Phalanx is really, really cool. I totally get it. I totally get it. You're welcome for the shout out and boxing glove. I appreciate that, J2. Am I doing a tier list? No. We are pretty much just debating our own individual favorite Pokemon generations. It's not a tier list. So just feel free to share your thoughts. What Gen 10 starters? So we haven't. I don't have them up on screen because they haven't been. The game hasn't come out yet, but we have gotten images of the Gen 10 starters. I think they're fine. Not my favorites. So tough. The live is so tough. Thank you, Biggs. I appreciate that. Me personally, I love Gen 7 because of the change from the gym leaders. I haven't played the Gen 7 games though, so like I'd like to try those. Any hopes for Pokemon Wind and Waves? So I saw another content creator named Saiga Runner talking about it, and it seems really good. The updates we're getting for Wind and Waves looks really really good, and I'm genuinely excited. I will be picking it up. Well, it's 2027, so we got a while, but still, I will get it. Do I have a favorite type? Not like element. I mean like bird. So like feel. Oh, like birds feel. Oh, okay. So we're not talking ghost, dragon, water. We're talking more like species. Interesting question. Well, I don't think species is the right word, but I understand what you mean. I understand what you mean. J2 is out. Okay, see you later, J2. That's an interesting question, and I need to think on it. I need to think on it, but that is one of the best questions of this stream. Uh, Chespin is your favorite? I mean, I like Chespin. He's he's not my personal favorite. Like, I think Chespin is like not middle tier, but like better than middle, but not peak for me. I can't believe I'm going to have to buy a Switch 2 just for Wind and Waves. Yeah, I'm lucky. My cousin just gave me a Switch 2. My cousin just gave it to me. I got lucky. I would not want to spend hundreds of dollars. How is it only 5 viewers right now? Because YouTube is not sharing my content. My videos don't get views anymore. My live streams don't get pushed anymore. So I don't worry about it. So yeah. Also, guys, just another heads up. Another heads up. The Patreon is live, and we're gonna have weekly watch parties every single week, starting Friday. This Friday, we're gonna have a private watch party on the Discord. We're watching Akira. We're watching the movie Akira. Scroll up a tad. Scroll up to where? What am I not seeing? My two favorite starters are Scorbunny and Litten. I like Scorbunny's entire evolutionary line. I'm not a fan of Incineroar. Uh, I mean, do I know? Oh wait, Scorbunny. Okay, Litten's line I'm not really into that much. Lopunny. Lopunny is okay for me. Like I think stat wise they're very good. I think aesthetically they're fine. They're just not my favorite. Like even though I recognize that the Lopunny line is good, it's not. It didn't land the hardest for me. Between all starters, one for each type. Who is my least favorite color palette not designed as colors? Okay, so between all starters, for one for each type. So least favorite color palette for all the Gen Star. Ooh, least favorite color palette. I'm looking. I'm looking. I think. Maybe. Damn. A lot of the. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know. That is tough. I think I don't remember all of their names. I think for the water type, least favorite color palette might be Gen 9 or 7. I think for grass type, least favorite color palette might be 8 or 9. And then red of her fire least favorite color palette, either maybe 9 or 5. Do I know about a manga called Pokemon Festival of Champions? No, because I don't really read manga. I just watch the anime. It's a fan-made manga created by the single father who drew it in his free time. Sounds impressive. I respect that. Incineroar is literally my favorite of all time. How can you not like it? It's wrestling Fire Tiger. It just look. I'm not saying he's bad. I'm not saying like I hate him. It's just look at look at its competition, man. Look, I'm more of an Infernape, Blaziken, it like uh, Charizard, Typhlosion. There's too many that I prefer more. There's too many that I prefer more. Thank you, Austin, for the follow. I appreciate that. I know it's a fan made manga. I already read that one. Sobble. I mean, okay. Okay, can't say that's true, but Incineroar is hands down best competitively. So the thing is, I'm not a competitive player. Also, guys, last minute, I already went overtime, so last minute. I'm not a competitive player. I play Pokemon for fun. I play casually. I'm a collector. I'm just not into the whole PvP stuff. Will I be mad if the Gen 10 Fire or Water starters is bipedal when they evolve? I will save my feedback for when they're actually done. I will not be mad if they are bipedal. I think we do have a lot of cases where they do become bipedal as the series goes on. Like as we're seeing more of those, and I don't hate it, but I'm also completely open to seeing something else. So we'll see what they do. We'll see what they do. Thoughts on Jigglypuff in the anime? It's incredibly annoying. The thought, and as a Pokemon, they're okay, but they're like just okay. Their design is fine. Their like usefulness is fine. I don't ever have them in my party. When will I have the wheel? I don't. Okay, so the here's the thing. The wheel, I can still spin the wheel. It's just I've been experimenting with different stuff on screen to see what gets the people most engaged. And from what I have seen so far, is handing like a topic of the day or a question of the day or things like that seems to be doing better than the wheel did. I could still pick an anime. Which generation are you on in the anime? I am in Pokemon Diamond and Pearl. I'm at episode 38, I think. What's your favorite evolution? I am an Espeon person. I really like Espeon. You bought your first manga today, Death Note Volume 1, and because I love the anime, I already love the manga so far. It's a good manga. It's definitely worth picking up. And we'll say two more questions before we call it, because I have to go play Magic. What's the dragon type evolution? I don't think there actually is one canonically. I think it's fan made. Can I spin it right now? I don't have time to get it open, so I'm just gonna spin it. You know what? I have my anime list open, so I'm gonna do it that way. And here we go. Here we go. Five, four, three, two, one, and stop. And you got Chobits. Thank you, Dylan. I appreciate that. You got Chobits as your role. And last thing, do I have a new EV type you want to see? Do we have a ghost type? I don't think we have a ghost type EV. So I'll say ghost. Fully mature male human adult talking about favorite Pokemon. Absolutely. Exactly, because I'm able to talk about my favorite Pokemon. Okay, guys, I do have to go. So tomorrow is Thursday. We'll be live again, same time, 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern Standard. And see you guys there. Gotta go. Calling it here. There we go. And peace out.